engaging the community since 1970. This is WIS Awareness.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Awareness. I'm your host, Megan Norman. Angie Stone is a Grammy-nominated singer, an actress, and now an activist promoting better health and lifestyle choices. She is also a Columbia native. I had the chance to sit down with Angie Stone ahead of her newest album release. I am here with legendary R&B soul artist and Columbia native Angie Stone. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, as a Columbia native, I imagine you come home from time to time.
I do. I try to get here quite a bit. My mom is still here. My daughter and my grandkids are here as well. But most of my family, my entire family, is here. Majority, I won't say entire. And I love being with and around family when I do get the time. I did just drop in for the state fair. I snuck down there and had, you know, when you eat one corn dog and French fries, and yeah, you got to go back. I ain't supposed to have that stuff, but for the fair, I figure once a year is okay.
Once a year, it's okay.
Yeah,
definitely. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing in Columbia.
Well, my upbringing is that mirrors everybody else's. And I grew up in Saxon Homes, Washington Carver Village. A lot of people out there would know who and where that is. Very into sports and spending the night out, hanging out. I'm an only child, so a lot of time I spent hanging out either with Beverly or Cheryl or, you know, a few of my friends, but athlete. I was a basketball player. Went to W.A. Perry, I went to Carver Elementary, I went to C.A. Johnson, and I had a small stint at A.C. Flora. So I've been around, you know what I mean? I've had my fun throughout. I went to Upward Bound at Benedict College, and a lot of my spirituality growth came from that visit.
Would you say you got your start in church and singing in the choir?
Absolutely. You know, I sang at First Nazareth Baptist Church, a part of the Corlers, when Diane Bowers was someone who I really admired. Looking up to her and wanting to be like her, having her choose me to actually sit next to her and sing a duet. First song I sang in church was called The Harvest is Plentiful. The next one was Lord Help Me to Hold Out. So that kind of spawned it for my, and Blondie, who's also a part of the hip hop group that I was in, the very first female group, she was actually in the choir as well. So we had the two biggest mouths on the corner, on the end there. Diane Bowers ended up leaving, and it kind of left me right there along with the Folk Sisters, who, and the Davises, who still are very, very fluent in the church, and they're like my extended family. My daughter's been on the choir, and just my dad being a part of the musical quartet group he had, as well as the Men's Day Choir. My family was very abreast in music. My mom sang a lot. Even though she's a Gemini, she's laid back. She has an incredible voice as well.
And talk about the role faith has played in your life and in your career.
Well, the role that faith has played in my life has been one that has sustained me this long. I think anything that you're doing, if you don't put God first, it's going to flourish. It's not going to do well. And I have been steadfast in my worship and my, you know, prayer life. Even when I'm not in Columbia, South Carolina, I make myself affiliated with some church that I can go and I can get advice. I can have hands laid on. I've gone to Ghana. I have spiritual leadership there as well.
Now, your career, you've certainly been blessed in your career.
Thank you.
And you've acted, you've done amazing collaborations, you've done so much.
Right.
What else does Angie Stone want to accomplish?
Well, what I'd like to accomplish, I'd like to see our people come together. The one thing I'm gonna have to say this, I don't think Columbia has taken advantage of Angie Stone enough. Ovita Glover and I hooked up, and she's an amazing woman that runs the F.U.N.D.S corporation that actually took the time to put something together for me that I can give back to the community. Talking about diabetes, talking about my health, making my stature something other than just music. My platform goes beyond that to reach our people. Ovita and I have some plans to move forth with, along with Andre at the Township Auditorium, with some Christmas ideas, with some Thanksgiving ideas that we can actually do annually. I want to give back to my community. What I'd really like to see is people put their faith in front of everything that they do and watch the milestones that we can accomplish. That's my mission.
And talk a little bit more about diabetes and just health in general, because it's so important to be proactive about your health. And particularly when we talk about the African American community, diabetes, high blood pressure.
Absolutely, all of which I have. I have to say, I was the face of FACE, which was Fearless African Americans Connected and Empowered. When I was a spokesperson for that, it was an amazing trip around the world, pretty much, to talk about how this disease affects African Americans. Now, we do know that it spreads abroad. It's not just African Americans, but we are the majority. And the reality is, it is hereditary in some situations. Some situations we know that we're getting it, and some we don't. It's invisible at times. I was blessed with a warning. When I had the warning, it was frequent urination. A lot of people don't know. I was in denial for many, many years. As a result of the denial, it's caused nerve damage. My sight is not as great as it was. I used to have 20/20. I'm not there anymore. A lot of that is age too. But I know that if I was taking care of myself, even now, doing it is hard. You know, one thing that we as African Americans have to do is we have to prioritize. And I'm trying to get to the place where I can be a better example. A lot of people see me lose weight. They see me, you know, when they saw me gain weight, a lot of people say, wait a minute, she wasn't that big when she left. But what diabetes does, it has the power to inflate or deflate. And I think what has been happening is people ignore the signs because we don't know. The internet is accessible. It tells us everything that we need to know about this disease. It tells us how to eat right. It tells us what to expect. Amputation, blindness, kidney failure, organ failure. You know,
very serious
it's out
conditions.
there. Very serious conditions. And normally, if you have diabetes, 9 times out of 10, you have high blood pressure. I'm the kind of person, I have chronic high blood pressure because it does run in my family. With diabetes, my diabetes was induced by a drug called prednisone. Prednisone is something that they take for sarcoidosis, which I've also had, and all kind of other things that hit our bodies. But that particular drug will induce diabetes, which is what happened with me.
Well, tell us a little bit more about the event on Friday.
Okay. We're getting into the health fair right here, right?
Yes, which is very important.
I'm honored to be honored. I'm at a place where I've put in since 1979, I think that's about 37 years, almost 40 years of hustle and flow in the business, trying to remain relevant. And Ovita Glover, I have to say, yay, has given us a sneak peek into the Angie Stone world. And I'm so excited. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
It's going to be a
because
great
they've been
event.
keeping it from me. You know, I know that there's something going on, but I don't know everything. So.
And you mentioned 37 years of hustle.
Yes.
Talk about the importance of hard work and any advice you have for young people coming up today.
Well, one of the things is I get a lot of flack from my own kids because both of them are extremely talented. Mom, why don't you just make it happen for me? One of the things is I want my kids, and this, if I'm going to administer this to my kids, I want other people to adhere to it. This is no joke. For me to have survived, your faith has to be intact because it's a jungle out there. And I think that anybody moving into that area ought to have a backup plan. So school, college, put in the work. You know, when a person sees you almost there, they're going to push you on over. I love my kids, and they're both extremely talented. But I wouldn't wish this lifestyle, because it is tough, because you have to be, like I said, spiritually grounded. You know, I want them to get it because it's what they want and they're prepared for it. So I think they're getting there.
Good. Well, great advice, certainly. One thing I wanted to ask you about is, you know, Columbia and your home state have been in the headlines a lot lately over the last few months. A, how has it affected you? And B, how do you feel about seeing the communities come together after so many tragedies?
Well, the communities coming together after this tragedy is something I'm used to because, like I said, we're a faith-based family. Generally, people pool together. It disheartens me, though, that with South Carolina, you have an Angie Stone on board that will come forth and do just about anything. It's just that we don't ask. I love the fact that people are coming together, but I want to see more of that. This is why Ovita and I have put our heads together along with quite a few friends. I would be remiss if I didn't say Roy Brasley with the Brasley Foundation, who's doing an amazing job right now providing beds and furniture for a lot of people that lost out. He has worked with me on several occasions with hair and makeup, and he has a heart as big as this room. So, you know, these are the kind of people that I've aligned myself up with. So we're in a space where doing better and getting better is coming.
Finally, new album, Friday, November 6th. Tell us what we can expect from this new album.
The new album is entitled Dream. It was derived from Walter Millsap, who is the brainchild behind Mindless Behavior, Lady Gaga, Beyonce. He had a dream. He said, God put a dream on his heart to come to my aid. I had quit. I had given up. I was done. I didn't want to do music anymore. And I think because I stopped fighting, God took over. So I tell people that this means the world to me. It's an amazing album. And I want to have my T-shirts, if I can get the right, say Dream on the front, but Footprints on the back. And the reason I say that is because if I ask God right now, how did I make it through this process? He would say, I carried you.
Yeah. Excellent. Angie Stone, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise. Thank you.
And stay with us. Angie Stone Performs coming up next. And now a medley from Angie Stone's new album, Dream.
It's like I got woo written on my forehead, like I got break me written on my back. What he heard was use me, what I said was choose me. Bad luck and love, I guess I got the knack. It's like I got tatted across my heart, and I just don't understand. It's like I'm a magnet for the wrong kind of man. What is this attraction? Swear I don't know how it happens. Just keep pulling me, pulling me, pulling me. It's got me stuck where I don't need to be. Yeah, got me stuck where I don't need to be. They build me up, then send me crashing down. The good girl loses every time. I'm a magnet for the wrong guy. Say that they hate to leave, 'cause girls like me are hard to find. So tell me why I'm a magnet for the wrong guy. Hey, yeah. Just can't wait. I know I'm ready for the things I do, but this ain't really nothing new. I catch myself all the time without even thinking. I be calling your line. I hope you don't laugh and call me silly, for feeling you. Yeah. I always start up pouring one glass of wine and automatically pour another one when I'm done. Somehow I always end up tipsy every time. It's just a bad habit of mine, but I got two bad habits, and the other one is you, babe. You, babe, can't get enough of you, babe. You, babe. I called 'cause I was wondering, baby, pictures worth 1,000 likes. No filter with my girls tonight. All our hair is loose, all our dress is tight. Night after night, I ain't about this life no more. All the men my age got wide on baby mama 4 or 5, looking for something on the side. It's rough out here. I think it's worth giving us another try. Again, again. Boy, I ain't trying to be free. This ain't for me. Oh no. And I just called 'cause I was wondering, can we? I'll say, boy, your feelings. I got me again. I called 'cause I was wondering, babe. I know we can win, baby, if we begin again. Never cry again, baby, if we begin again. Tell me where or when I'll be there to begin again. And I just called 'cause I was wondering. I know we can win, baby, if we begin again. Never cry again, baby, if we begin again. Tell me where or when I'll be there to begin again. And I just called 'cause I was wondering.
I need you, baby. Ready to come on back home, baby.
When Awareness returns, the organization responsible for bringing Angie Stone back to Columbia this time around, F.U.N.D.S, Inc. More on the group's mission of educating the community. Welcome back to Awareness. Angie Stone was in Columbia being honored by a nonprofit organization in part for her career, but also for her commitment to raising awareness for diabetes prevention. That organization, F.U.N.D.S, Inc., was started by Avita Glover, and she joins us now. Good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, tell us a little bit about F.U.N.D.S and what it stands for.
F.U.N.D.S, Inc. Stands for Friends United as a Neighborhood Developmental Society, which was started in 1997 to bring awareness about diabetes. And it grew a little further because we decided that we wanted to go a little further than diabetes, the connections of different diseases.
Right. And so Angie Stone was in town, which happened to coincide with Diabetes Awareness Month in November.
Yes.
And talk a little bit about how you honored her and why.
Well, F.U.N.D.S recognizes Diabetes Month every year with some type of program or project. And we finally got the ability to get Angie to come because she's a diabetic. And she jumped on the idea. She just, okay, whatever. Prior to that, I had been trying to have her as our Grand Marshal for the Black History Parade that's held in February. But we decided to go on and uplift her because she's really never been recognized for her growth in her era of entertainment. And we wanted to introduce and reintroduce Angie to home. Even though she's in and out of town all the time, we decided that the youth that did not know her and for the message that she had about diabetes should be shown and said. And to the public that didn't know her as well. The event on Friday was...
Which she had no idea about.
She had... She was so elated, teary-eyed, I should say, which caused me to be teary-eyed as well. And the audience, I just have to say thank you so very much for your attending the event that honored Angie, because she was, again, very surprised at what she received. She received several different honors from the city, Richland County School Board, School District 1, her family, the musicians that grouped together were awesome. Even Angie had to say, "Oh, Vita, how did you do that?" And I said, "It's all on them. Those are just some true musicians and vocalists that were kind enough to come out and do an in-kind service to put this production together for her."
And this is just one type of programming you do. Some of it is entertainment, of course, but there's also an educational component to it. February, you'll have your annual parade. Tell us about that and how it's changing this year.
It'll be February the 6th. It's the annual statewide Black History Parade is what it is. The purpose of it is to distribute information. Anybody that's involved in the event or participating has to depict someone of African American history, ethnic history, I should say, and distribute that information to spectators as they are parading. The event has become a 2-day event this year. We will do the parade and festival on Saturday, and on Sunday we will have the Gospel Festival featuring Joshua Rogers, which we are very excited. He's the young man that won Sunday Best about 3 years ago, BET Sunday Best.
Right.
And he's from Greeleyville, South Carolina.
Yes.
So there again, we're trying to highlight our own.
Right, absolutely. Well, another great event that happens every single year.
Every year.
One other thing that is really unique and great about your event is you also help other organizations and other causes, as long as it's spreading awareness for communities. How do you try to do that?
One of our mottos is education through entertainment. We as a human race like to be entertained, so me with my thoughts, okay, how can we get this message out? Hence came the parade. Hence came, okay, we need to highlight our own this history. So just any avenue of entertainment that will pull people in, while pulling them in, getting entertained, and also educating them about the diabetes, hepatitis C history, Black history. I had to pat myself on the back a little bit because I was one of the first out of 11 in the state of South Carolina to integrate the schools for South Carolina.
Yes, we had you on Awareness last year talking about that. Certainly a great honor, and you're doing great work with F.U.N.D.S, Inc. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Columbia.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with the final thought. It is said your health is your greatest wealth. There should be no excuse in putting your health first and taking active control over your lifestyle. Many, like Angie Stone did, ignore signs and symptoms, some even believing it will never happen to me. Get educated, be aware of your risk factors, and make yourself a priority. To see Angie Stone's full performance again and to continue the dialogue, go to our Awareness Facebook page. Until next time, I'm Megan Norman. This is Awareness.
It's like I'm a magnet for the wrong kind of man. What is this a tragic? Swear I don't know how it happens. Just keep pulling me. It's got me stuck where I don't know.